When I push record, I know that there are going to be things that I might mess up, you know, and maybe I'll stumble over my words. And maybe this video might not turn out exactly how I want, but I find it fascinating that no matter what, I know this video turns out to be exactly how it's supposed to be. Whether it's perfect or not, it's going to turn out exactly how God intended it to be. And the message, the message will come through. No matter if I screw up or not, it's going to happen. And I want to talk tonight about action, taking action, and what that means. When you get home from work and you're so tired, but you are trying to create a new life for yourself based on maybe a purpose or a meaning or a passion that you have, but you know that it's just so hard to figure out how to get started. And I've been there, especially with these videos. I know exactly where you're at, where maybe you're just tired, and the thought of getting into a room where you have your desk and setting up everything and pushing record and doing the video and then throwing it into the video editing machine and putting it on YouTube and posting it, if that's what you're trying to do, or maybe it's something else. It just seems like a tall task. you know it can be exhausting just to even think about. But I want to ask you, what is the greater risk? You not starting it and 5 years down the road regretting not starting it, knowing where you could be in that fifth year if you had just gotten off the couch or talked yourself into getting to the task that you want based on whatever passion or purpose you feel driven to. You got to act. You got to do it. And I'm the perfect example of that because it took me so long to get to a point where I could get myself situated, sit down, and do these videos. But what's really interesting is that even when I'm so tired, I will take a minute and I will just take a deep breath and I will say, God, what do you want me to say? What is the plan for tonight? Or what is the plan for this next video? Because I know that a lot of times I will be sitting down and I'll be writing out what I want to do, and it doesn't evolve naturally. And even here right now, like, I have ideas of what I want to say, but it's like I know none of those may not even happen. I'm just allowing the flow to move me to talk about what I feel like is important, and that is to take action. That is to actually take action, get off the couch. It is easy to binge watch on Netflix. It is easy to find every reason possible to not do something that is going to get you toward the life that you want. And you could easily talk yourself out of it. The brain naturally always wants to go back to what's comfortable, and that is doing absolutely nothing. But where is the reward in that? Is the greater risk for you to be not taking action and sitting down and again looking at your life 5 years from now and saying, man, if only I had just gotten started. Look, if it's important enough to do tomorrow, it's important enough to do right now. And I am urging you that if you feel drawn to something, if you have a passion for something, if you have a calling and it's pulling you toward a task or a certain thing that you want to create, just do it. Just do it before you allow yourself to talk your brain. See it's happening. Before your brain has the opportunity to come up with all these reasons of why you shouldn't do it, take action. Just do it. Just go into the room. And it's actually what helped me is creating small little habits. So not maybe for you it's just taking a baby step like it was for me. For me, it was actually coming into the office and sitting down and getting things set up and pushing record and just doing 30 seconds of a video just to train myself to get into that momentum. And when I was done, that was good. I could have done more, probably, but I also knew that I needed to at least start forming a habit. And every day I came into the office and I would just start doing a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, to the point where it wasn't, my normal habit was to just either go do something else, or sit down on the couch and start watching Sports Center or whatever it may be, something that wasn't going to put me on the right path of creating the life that I want. It was something that was a distraction. It was something that was taking my creativity and my mind away from what it is I am meant to do. And I truly believe that in my life, I've identified that my purpose is to help other people. I love it. There's no greater reward to me than to know that I was able to help someone accomplish something that maybe they couldn't do on their own, or I was able to help someone, get through something that maybe they were struggling with all by themselves and they felt like nobody would understand. And it is so rewarding to know that maybe I'm able to help them through that, so they can also start on the path of whatever their purpose might be in life and start creating the life that they want. And so I tell you this because I think somebody today needs to hear this. I think somebody today needs to know that it's not as hard as you think to get started. It's just taking that small little action, whatever it is. You don't have to jump right into the whole thing, but you do need to start creating a different habit from the one that is distracting you and stopping you from doing whatever it is that you are meant to do. So, like for me, like I said, I was just coming into the office every single day. That was my new habit. Instead of, I would walk past the couch and I wouldn't turn on the TV, and I would walk into the office and I would come in here and I would sit down and I would just start getting my reps in, just talking and, allowing what the message was supposed to be just kind of just naturally start being downloaded on me. And this is the key too. If you allow yourself to not worry about what could go wrong and not get distracted of, well, I don't have a website, and what about how are people going to know about me, and I'm just too small, nobody's ever going to watch my video, like, it does not matter. So if you allow yourself to stop and remove all those negative thoughts and all the worry, which, let's face it, what does worrying actually do for you? Absolutely nothing at all. It just stops you from being a creator and moving in the path of the life that you want, right? So if you remove all that, you will find that you actually have more brain capacity to get the download of information you need to create the things that you want in life. And so this video, the purpose of this is to message to people that you just need to take action and you just need to get started. That's what I needed. I needed to hear that from somebody else. And it was a friend of mine who, I saw him, he was starting a life coaching business for the youth. He's a youth pastor, and he started a group with the kids, with the teens. And I was like, man, that is awesome. And I asked him, I'm like, so how'd you get started? What'd you do? He's like, I had to change my ways. I had to change who I was. He's like, I couldn't create this with the same mindset and the same bad habits I had. There's no way that was going to happen. He's like, I had to realize that the things in my life that were distracting me and holding me back were the things I needed to remove. And he's like, I didn't do it, all at once. He's like, I just did it little by little. And by doing it little by little, it doesn't seem so overwhelming. It actually becomes a natural flow and a new way of life after you do it for so long. And I think I think somebody today just needs to hear that, because I needed to hear it. And it changed my entire life once this person showed me exactly what it was that they were creating, what they were doing, and the impact they were making. And I was like, my God, here I am sitting down, watching SportsCenter, going through my same routine every single night, where I could actually be doing something that is toward a purpose, toward helping others, to being of service to somebody else. And that is the most rewarding thing, is knowing that when you are of service to somebody else and you're doing it, out of the greater good, because you want to help, not because you want anything in return, but because you want to change somebody's life, because somebody along the way most likely helped you do the same exact thing. And so, anyway, you can absolutely do it. Just baby steps. Take those baby steps. Move toward what it is you want to create. Move toward what it is you want your life to be, and you don't have to jump right into it. You just got to create new habits. And what I was an old saying, like 20 or 30 days of doing the same thing creates a new habit. You can do that. You can absolutely do that. It does not take much. It's going to be uncomfortable at first, and it's going to be very hard, and your brain is naturally going to want you to go right back to what's comfortable, and that's exactly what you've been doing, and not wanting you to change a thing. But if you don't change anything, nothing's going to change, right? Definition of insanity: expecting something to change without changing anything. Obviously, nothing will change. So if you want to make big changes, that's absolutely fine. If you know yourself and you can do that, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Like, you. But I also I knew me. And it was going to take me a little bit to get out of and break my old habits. Not that they were bad. Not that I had bad habits, and I didn't always I'm not a binge watcher of Netflix or anything like that. And I don't always watch SportsCenter, but I'm an action person, right? I'll do yard work if it's daylight savings. I'll get some stuff done in before the sun goes down, or I enjoy going down to the beach and walking the beach at sunset, and that is something that I still do. But I don't allow it to stop me within my routine. When I come back from the beach, I am right back in here, and I am creating, and I am doing exactly what it is I feel like I'm called to do. And you can too. You can absolutely do it. If you need any help, I am here. I am absolutely here. If you need accountability, put in reply, I need accountability. I will reach out, and I will absolutely help you and hold you accountable for whatever it is you want to accomplish. That is my calling. I feel really good about that. And if I can get this started, knowing me, I know that you can too. So I hope this helps you. I love you all. If it find it in your heart and you find this video valuable, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing this a lot more as I look to just be of service to all of you.